Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hello, my friends. I'm talking to people and I'm hearing how things are not so easy. Things are difficult. There is so much darkness. It is important that we connect with our own true being, lightful being. There is darkness and there is light, the two opposites, and you are even beyond that, and I call it pure light. There's a struggle between light and dark very strong, and many people can experience that with difficulties in their day-to-day life, with the tendency to feel tired and depressed, fed up. The light is getting stronger and stronger. And the more you are connecting with your true self, with the pure light, the more you are helping that process. On top of that, every time we really consciously do that, even attempt to do so, even if we are not totally successful, every time you bring the attention to the timelessness and connect with yourself, your life becomes easier, full of light, and more joyous. And that is the greatest service we can do right now. It is necessary that more people are doing that. The outcome of this struggle is anyhow clear. The light will win. There is no doubt about that. But we can speed up and support that process by not tuning into the darkness, by not getting sucked into depression, by not letting the negative feelings rule our day-to-day life. It's worth the effort, because every time we do it, our life is easier and more joyous. There will be a time this will be just natural and it's there effortlessly. But for the time being, it's good to be alert. It's good to be awake. Observe one's feelings. Observe the tendencies, the influence that want to pull us down into negativity, into gloominess, into, oh, I don't know, doesn't make sense at all. And then just observe it. Don't get hooked by it. Bring the attention to that timelessness of the now. And there you're connecting with the pure light, which is stronger. Stronger than light, stronger than darkness. And it helps the lightful aspect to manifest more and more. It's bound to happen. But we don't have to wait until this is happening worldwide. Everyone can, for oneself, make their own life full of light, in spite of the struggle with darkness, in spite of what we are hearing, what's going on in the world. in spite of maybe many people being negative around and don't want to hear anything of that, each one can, in spite of that, connect with that light. And the experience becomes more and more expansive and joyous. It's worth the trouble. It's not that you have to do the job and then sometime in the future it will manifest. Each time we do it, we have already at least one benefit of it. That our own personal life is lighter, easier. We can become more playful and learn not to take the story so serious. All right, I stop already talking for today, just like this, and ask, is there anyone who would like to talk, who is ready to talk right now? You're welcome to come in.
Hi, Werner. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
Woody.
Yeah, it seemed that you read my mind when you start the things, but I want to be more pinpoint to this issue.
Uh-huh.
We are surrounded by violence, and when it's somewhere around us, it's one thing. When it's come closer, let's say to my own country, it's another thing.
Yes.
And when you experience it on one of your beloved people,
yeah,
it's totally different.
yes,
And the only feeling that it creates inside of me is aggression.
yeah,
And I must admit, I cannot move it. I do not succeed to look on that and hope that it will be dissolved. Not the problem or the source of this violence, but the feeling that it's creating inside of myself of aggression, which is very, very far away from me.
yeah,
And as if I'm shamed on that, but this is a strong feeling that it's existing inside of me in the last 2 days. And if maybe with you, I will understand how we move this situation of violence to aggression, and what's the way that we can deal with the aggression. Maybe I will find some answers.
right, right. Of course, sometimes it seems unsurmountable, and then we have the tendency to start to fight with it. And of course, when we fight with it, then it's also getting stronger because it's coming from out of ourselves. There may be external stimuli that bring it about, but it's coming, the response comes out of ourselves. And so if we fight with that, then we fight with ourselves, and both sides are getting stronger. The fight is getting stronger. So you said you are not capable of just watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming up again and again. Mm-hmm. Sometimes as if it's escalating itself.
Yeah, yeah.
And well, it's a very hard feeling.
Right. If it's getting too much and you are alone, then you can also express it better when you are alone. Throw some pillars, throw something around in your room. But basically, it's still that you see it and accept, because it's getting much bigger and much stronger when we then think, oh no, it's there again. And it shouldn't be like this. It should be beyond that. If we refuse to accept the fact that it's there, then it's getting even worse. If you can accept, okay, obviously there is still some work I have to do, and you accept, and you let that aggression be there as an experience. You don't fight against it. You just see what it is doing in your system, physically and energetically. And then you can find a way to redirect your attention. And you have been doing Vipassana with Leela, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. So use what you have been doing there. Just redirect the attention to your breathing. And don't even fight the aggression. Let the aggression be in your body. See how it is there. Relax in your aggression. And breathe consciously. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you are not more busy with fighting or feeling offended that the aggression is there, that you have these kind of feelings, then gradually, when you're not feeding it, it will pass away. But since the circumstances are in such a way that it's a response to something that is there, the response will come again and again. Then you treat it again and again like this. That instead of fighting your aggression, you accept, okay, those feelings are there. If I'm watching them, they are not destructive. It's only if I'm making them bigger and bigger and bigger, eventually they become destructive. And then you just redirect your attention and breathe and relax and watch what's happening. Then gradually it will go. Emotions, they are always coming in waves. They come, they have a peak, they go. But then sometimes we hook in the emotion, positive or negative. We want to fight it or we want to hold it, and then it may stay longer and getting stronger. But if we accept that emotion, see the emotion, not think it shouldn't happen to me. I've been spiritual now too long. It shouldn't be there anymore. Then okay, it's there. That's it. But then redirect the attention. Consciously breathe and relax and watch that emotion, and gradually it will pass. It cannot stay on if we don't feed it.
Well, unfortunately, in my home place, it's like a decade that at least myself, I experienced many times personal physical threats. And fortunately, I had the ability, I don't know, that I could leave them behind me without that they will return back. Something that doesn't happen to each one of us.
Yeah.
But I experienced this time something that is coming closer to my child or something like that.
Yeah.
That is create a very emotional situation that from this place, instead of hugging and I don't know what, I have the feeling of aggression outside.
Yes. Of course, if it's coming to somebody beloved, then it's even more difficult to accept. And externally, you can also take steps to avert the danger if possible, avert the aggression or what destructiveness that may be there if possible. But in yourself, the job is the same, for it's your response to the situation you have to work with. And even if it's more difficult than about your own situation, when you see the same thing to somebody beloved, like your child or your grandchild or anybody that is very dear to you, then we have the tendency to completely forget working with our own inner response and feel it's our duty to be totally focused on the external situation and freely emotionally react. There, as long as we don't remember, nothing can be done. But when you remember and say, hey, look what I'm doing again, how I'm just feeding and building up something destructive in myself. And there, first, look at yourself. Deal with yourself, with your own inner reaction, and then you still can take steps if you feel it's really necessary that I'm doing something outside. We are here for that. We are here to watch ourselves, to learn, to grow, to outgrow. That's the point of this crazy human story. And when we are involved in the situations, we have the tendency to totally forget that and be totally absorbed in all the details what are happening. And it's very, very helpful if we intend not to forget that. Also in the situation, I remember, hey, my first and foremost job is have a good, honest look at myself, see what's going on, and learn to deal with that. And then actually we become also much more efficient in dealing with the outside situation. That doesn't mean after that we are going to be successful all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. But the tendency is that we are more effective if we are not full of inner tension, that we are not fighting with ourselves all the time.
I really appreciate your words.
You are most welcome.
Thank you.
I wish you well. Hari Om. Hari Om.